Welcome back to the channel, folks, and to another battle report. Our first battle report since February this year. If you didn't know, I was on a very long break in February to May. Now, we did record a report, myself and Peter, a couple of weeks ago, but we couldn't use it. It was one of those games that just didn't go anywhere. For instance, by turn 6, we had destroyed a total of 3 gun teams, and that was it. Things started to get knocked out after then, but it was to do with reserves, terrain, the mission, the particular units in the matchup. So I didn't use it because it wasn't enjoyable to play, it didn't go anywhere, and wouldn't have been enjoyable to watch. But we've got a game for you here, recorded at our meeting in June, a nightly game in the Bathgate. This is going to be Gareth against Tom. Now, Gareth is trying out some options for the UK Nationals that are coming up in September. If you do intend to go to that, folks, I believe the tickets are getting rare as hen's teeth, so you better go and check out the Breakthrough Assault or Battlefield Hobbies website if you want to get one for yourself. Now, because this is practice for the UK Nationals, we're using one of the new missions. These are unpublished missions, so we don't use them on the channel. They're kind of like the worst kept secret in the game because they get used at a lot of events, but I'm not going to explain the mission in detail for you. Let's just say it's kind of like a free-for-all with bells on. In this particular version, they're going up the length of the table against each other, but both sides have to attack to take an objective. You can't just sit. Anyway, let's have a look at the lists and get on with the game. Gareth, what have you got on your list?
Today I'm taking a Bagration IS2 formation, so it's sort of 1 HQ obligatory, 2 units of 3 IS2s and a unit of 5 IS1s with a token infantry section of sappers, just because their flexibility is really, really good. Plus I actually get smoke in a Russian army then at some point to stop big stuff killing them off. But it's all one formation.
And so they've got anti-tank 12 rate of fire 2.
Yep.
Front armour is?
10, same with the rest of them.
And what's the side armour on your guys? 8. Right, so good all-round armour. Not a lot of shots coming out of these guys, but they guys can hopefully pump in.
Yeah, especially if they get side shots and flanking.
Yep.
And there's enough of them to actually get into the flank. So a couple will die off on the forward.
And so you're all aggressively fearless at all?
No, it's all confident trained. Okay, I think I'm not entirely sure of sappers. No, that's the late ones. Those are late ones, I believe. Confident veteran.
Well, so the IS2s are aggressive, but they've got a veteran skill. Oh, there you go, get that on your focus. Good last stand, good counter-attack, which is what you'd expect. And same with the IS-85s.
It's the engineers that are fearless.
Engineers are fearless, trained, but good assault and good tactics. So it's a good mix of stuff going on there. And it's an interesting addition to the normal IS2s of having these IS1s with a high rate of fire, because the rate of fire is...
It's key.
Yeah, it's a major...
And not slow firing either.
Yeah, they can actually shoot on the move as well. Oh my goodness, man, these Russians. Right, Tom, you're using a bulge SS list, is it?
And a Clauswitz formation.
Right.
But the bulge is the core, so
what have you got?
I'll start with that. So it's an SS Panzer Grenadier formation. So HQ, Grenadier platoon, they're mounted. And got Panzerfaust. And then 2 King Tigers.
They're part of the formation?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the black box option. And then a part of that formation, some mortars, some stubbles. And then the next formation is a Clauswitz stub formation. So that is a leader at 7.5, 3 7.5s, and then 3 10.5s with a little AA element. And then in support, a Recce SS platoon and flame hetzers.
Flame hetzers.
And then I've got Lucky and Skorskani's scan defences card, which is I get to move the objective marker.
And then you can take them outside and slap them about for being so cheeky. So they're deploying just now, folks. Gareth's army's already deployed. Now you can see there's an objective there that he's defending him on there. And then objectives to attack over there. There's a couple of minefields scattered around. Gareth's deployed because his force is quite small. You can see IS2s, IS1s, 5 of them, IS2 with HQ, and then the sappers over here though. Did you see there's a couple of MGs?
Yeah. Pillboxed it out.
And there's a couple of flamethrowers. So flamethrowers and MGs for the sappers' weapon choices. Now, you can see there's a lot of stuff parked at the back. The reason is because it's pretty redundant. You've got flamethrowers who can only really hurt a small amount of sappers. You've got mortars who can only really hurt some sappers. You've got scouts who can only really hurt some scappers. I can't even say it right now. Some sappers. And there's also some anti-aircraft that will go down somewhere who can only really hurt some sappers. So that means the King Tigers you can see going over here. And to a degree the Stugs and the Stews will have to deal with all of these heavily armoured ISs. So they're nearly finished deployment. There might well be an objective getting moved in a minute with the objective cards that the Germans have got, but otherwise they'll be ready to kick off soon. So the last elements are going down here. It's infantry, and you can see the half tracks and infantry dug in, the HQs here. This is the when you could get up close and personal. And that is it. Everybody is deployed, so they're rolling off to see who goes first.
Yep.
Right.
Oh no.
Germans going first in it. Is that a meeting engagement?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm completely honest with you guys. I'm probably not moving.
Are you going to shift that objective? Remember you were talking about that objective?
Oh yeah. So
you're going to use his card to move the objective 4 inches, get it closer to the building and try and defend from there, because IS2s might be good in assault, but not when they're in a building.
Can't see anything. Are we counting these as tall?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my King Tigers can't see anything.
No.
The Stews can't bombard. The only thing I'm going to move is probably Gubbins over here, and that's probably about it.
So not much happening for the Germans in the first turn. Because they can't do much and they can't see much. So it looks like the Soviets will be kicking off the battle. Soviet turn one movement is going to start with a dash by this platoon of IS2s to get behind the hill and keep them out of line of sight of the King Tigers on that opposite hill. And the only opponent they've got really at the moment is some Stews in the wood and some Stugs behind those hedges who can't really do anything unless there's some really poor dice rolling against those IS2s. And in the centre of the table, the IS1s are going to try and get line of sight and range on the half tracks, that's infantry transports that are beside the church. There's a failed cross check and also restricted fields of fire, because Gareth also wants to be careful about the King Tigers on the hill behind the church and stay out of line of sight of them as much as possible. The sappers are going to leap over to the wood. They're going to do a follow me successfully to try and get everybody into the cover of that wood, staying more than 2 inches back from the front to protect them from MG fire and direct fire from tanks at least. And they're all going to make it over in there, ready to leap forward towards the church. And to keep those IS2s moving, they're going to go along the channel beside the wood and the edge of the table there, being out of line of sight of the King Tigers at this point at least, and also getting one random shot. It's going to be a penalty because they're on the move, but one random shot against the half tracks to support the IS-1 firing in the centre. So Soviet turn one shooting.
They can't do anything.
Yeah, they dashed.
Yep.
I'm going to put some token 50 cal shots, or Russian equivalent 50 cal shots into some half tracks. So I think I need, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, because they're still...
I'm on the ground, yeah.
I think you're
got
long.
20-inch range anyway. So.
Are you at long range?
Yes.
Yeah, so 6. One hit, anti-tank 4 or 5?
I think it's 4. I made this.
A 5 will be fine anyway.
One stood still,
Yep.
one that moved, long range effort into your AA because they can.
Yep.
So the one that stood still,
These are careful.
they're careful.
Yeah.
Let's see if we're all 6.
Oh, he did?
So let's try and work it out now.
Is this the one that's staying still?
Staying still, so 6
That'll be
7?
No.
Nearly.
that'll be an 8.
Yeah, so first bit. But they know it there.
Yes.
And then 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, long range down to your half tracks.
Yep.
Actually, I think I'm out. One's in. Just one. Two shots.
28-inch range for them.
Nothing. And it's your turn too.
Tigers.
King Tigers are trying to blitz.
I don't know yet. They do because of the old hands rule.
Right, so they're going to get around the flank of that wood and do some clobbering. Whilst effectively still protecting their flanks against any incoming fire. Remember, these guys have got good anti-tank, but it's not the best range.
Running away to Valor.
They're going to run away. They really need to try and jump them on the side, and even then it's still 11 against 8.
It's hard work.
But certainly sitting there against that is just going to slow them down a bit. And that's it.
They might as well stay still. They've moved up to there, not that it makes any real difference. I think that's it.
Jimmy shooting?
Yeah, so start with King Tigers. Long range. You aggressive, careful? Aggressive, so 4s.
2 shots.
One hit. 8.
17 against 10.
Goes up to 11.
6.
Yep.
Or a 1.
Kills one.
Which one is it? Front one. Front one's gone.
Hey, look at something. I'm going to range at me mortars from here onto the infantry.
Aiming 2 inches into the wood.
Skill free, but goes to a 4 because of terrain. So last attempt. Said 4, didn't we? Are they all the same?
No, there's.
No, there's 2 flamethrowers in amongst that.
Oh right.
I can see one flamethrower.
One there.
Okay, so one flamethrower, and they're careful, aren't they? Well, I've missed the flamethrower. I've missed it.
No, they're aggressive too.
So ranged in, but no hits. Which means not pinned down, but they're in the crosshairs now.
I think I will keep them gone to ground as well, just for the moment. Yeah. Just keeping them alive.
So I think
more important.
that's going to be it for German shooting this turn. Soviet turn 2 movement, starting with the infantry who have passed a blitz move, and they're not hanging about here, folks. They're just going straight for the jugular. And the IS2s, they're just going to come up and join them. Gareth intends to do a smoke bombardment using his sapper's smoke pots, so he's expecting to get some cover from the nasty King Tigers on the top left there. The IS2 platoon on the near side, they are going to just advance up and see what they can see. There's lots of targets around there, just a question of what does Gareth want to go for. And currently the King Tigers are out of line of sight. And the IS-1s in the centre of the table are just going to keep manoeuvring to get more shots down at the church to knock out the half-tracks that are hiding there. Remember, those half-tracks have MGs that could do a lot of damage to the sappers who are currently out in the open.
Right, shooting. I have to do something.
If it's a bombardment, yeah.
Right. They got 4-inch range. I'm going to have to go with the blokes that aren't special weapons. So they're the 2 special weapons. So I technically get 4, and I'm hoping.
It's 8-inch width, isn't it?
Yeah. I technically want that. If I get it.
You should get more. Oh no, that's about right.
No, exactly. They're exactly 2 inches wide. I'm just debating whether to push it across that way. Actually, snap it.
So these two are delivering it, aren't they? But does that have to be? Does the edge?
No, it's just a bombardment.
Yeah, but what's the edge? Is it that side of the template, or does it have to go?
No, it just goes straight. It's a straight smoke bombardment like you're firing artillery. It's just like you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you just aim for the point and just create a line. So as long as one of these gets a 3, we're good.
Yeah.
Smoke blade.
So there's some protection for the infantry, protection for the IS2s.
Right, so shooting. No flamethrower. They're 4 inches of depth.
Yeah.
So they got SMGs and flamethrowers, so they can't do diddly. So 50 cal into the half-track.
Shooting half-tracks.
Because you can't see through the infantry because they're standing up.
Oh,
so,
yes.
But you can see them.
Yeah.
So 2 shots, 1 hit.
1 plus.
Yeah, fine.
Save again.
And then
The other two can shoot other ones. Oh no, he can't
No,
shoot.
can't
He
shoot.
can, no. He can have a box.
depends.
Well,
If you can see me, I can see you technically, innit? That's how much.
yeah. I guess.
No, I can't. I can't see 3/4 of you.
Alright then, so.
So
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
which is the same width as
And you can't hurt them.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't hurt him. Good point, well raised.
Yes.
And then this 50 cal, it can only go 2 inches. So that can't see diddly. So it's just basically a load of long range efforts with main guns into your infantry in the headliner.
Oh, you're shooting the infantry?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the infantry this time.
Right, so the IS-1s are going for the infantry with the main guns.
Just to reduce the amount of Stanzik and Panzerfaustmen.
Yeah.
So 2, he moved 3, 4, I think he's out.
28.
Yeah, he's just in.
Alright.
But you can only hit him.
Yeah.
And he can't see diddly.
So you've got 5, you've got 1 can only hit this guy.
Yeah, so I'll do the 1. Missed. And then 5.
No, 4.
Sorry, 4.
Yeah.
I think I need 6s.
Yeah, because of the long range. Because they're aggressive.
Who are you putting it on? I guess it has to be-
Actually, you can see I only need a 6, 7, don't I?
No, these are aggressive.
Oh, of course they are.
So it goes long range, conceal, gun to ground, so that's 6.
They're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's Tom's 5 dice.
Yes.
He uses that for his saving throws.
Yeah.
Right. What's the rating of your stokes? Are they aggressive or?
No, these are careful.
They're careful.
Careful rule.
So 6s.
7s.
7 to be moved, yeah.
And your AA as well?
Yeah.
They're careful too.
This bunch is aggressive, but these are stummels, so they probably don't scare you. But
I'm going to risk it. 3 slow firing shots into those stokes.
Shooting the
on the wood,
stokes.
so 1 possible.
Oh,
Yes. Anti-tank 17 against 7. You can't do diddly.
even with your 5 dice.
Kaboom.
So which one are you going for?
Closest.
So the IS-2s have killed something, folks.
that's not on.
And it was gone to ground, and it was careful, so.
Yeah.
Oh, we can shoot in long range, can't we?
He'll need 8.
Has it got the range though?
32, I think, is it?
28.
I mean, you can shoot an AA truck.
Can I shoot an air truck?
Yeah. So not in range for the Stug.
That answers that question.
Missed him.
Yeah, there's nothing that can assault. Your turn too.
That way.
So King Tigers are getting in a position to fire over this way, and then they moved up to shoot infantry, ready to shoot infantry, ready to shoot infantry. Oh my goodness, they're going to have a hard turn.
Yeah, If I did have an extra point,
Scout half-tracks
I would have made
are
it.
moving out because he's worried that all those infantry are going to be alive by the end of the turn. So German turn to shooting smoke bombardment first of all.
No, get on the 3. So
he's going to be sticking. Oh,
well, we'll
aye,
take
take the end ones away.
yeah.
He's wanting to protect the side facing off the turrets on the King Tigers from these. So that's a smoke bombardment from the mortars.
Right, so their flank is there. We'll do. I think my strokes will open fire. Just get as much impact on them as possible.
So the stews,
Yeah, so
you're going to do a bombardment.
yeah, so they're skill free.
Going to bombard.
Oh no, they can't. They're better off being on keep you thinking rather than
Don't know. We must know. Got mine.
I've got one.
Found it?
Yeah, so have to go like that. Does this count as terrain for?
No, it's like a road.
Okay. So if I go there, I'm clear of terrain. So I'm looking for a 3. So first go.
Yep.
I don't get your leader.
You get 2 flamethrowers.
So 2 flamethrowers and 3 guys. So 2 flamethrowers. Potential. Nope.
He's re-roll successfuls here because there's only 2 guns.
Well, I felt a lot of good there.
So they ranged in but didn't get any hits. But there's plenty of MGs coming in.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Why does it only ever work for Lucas?
You know, the US single mortars tends to do a fair bit of damage, that's it. Right, this guy is going to shoot that one bloke.
I'm not going to show you all the dice that get rolled against that poor little sapper platoon because it was really quite ugly. An absolute avalanche of dice, and at the end there was only 1 team left alive. The fact that there was 1 team left alive, it was a flamethrower team, was down to the fact that it managed to make 10 3-up saves, which is pretty good going. Maybe would have been better spread across the entire platoon, but you know, that's the way the dice roll, folks. 1 sole survivor from that platoon. And Tom is going to end his turn with a little bit of shooting and scooting the mortars, just moving further away from the IS2s, and the stews in the wood tried to do the same but failed the shooting scoots because they're the veterans, so they're always the ones that are going to fail. Soviet turn 3. Well, we're all interested in Mr. Flamethrower. So,
let's do the orc.
all right, see you back
see
in.
whether he gets back in.
Yeah.
Unpinning. Yes.
So you pass the last stand.
They both got to take 2 separate.
Oh, right.
No, gone. Gone.
So Soviet movement, you can see these are, they're moving over, they can't hide, so they're going to take the chances.
MGs
Moving up.
from the IS2s.
They have been watching this objective for a bit, but they're having to move up now to support.
They're all going into the infantry.
And these,
So 650 cows, 3 normal MGs.
as you can see, they're moved up. Out with 4 inches off the infantry, so there's no assault coming in this turn. And we're going to try and weaken them a bit before maybe joining up with these guys for an assault.
And then the MG.
Soviet shooting started with lots of MG fire from the IS-2s and IS-1s against the infantry at the church. I won't show you the dice, folks. The most important thing here is nothing happened. Lots of hits, lots of saves. And the 2 IS-2s that were active on the near side tried to shoot at the Stug, peeking out round the wood there. But they needed 6s because of range and slow firing and careful targets, so no hits there either. Right, German turn 4.
Right, very important movement. Right, rally them. I deployed so he was within 6 of them, so they get a reroll. Oh, they're good. Bail in the half track, which I think is a 4. That won't do it. I think that's it.
Set for motivation.
Yeah.
German turn 4 movement, well, you can see the Stooks are tucking themselves in behind the wood there, and then the massive vehicle park over by the church. Well, they've not got too much to do at the moment. The only significant thing is the flak platoon just to the right of the church there starts to head off towards the vacant objectives. Otherwise, there's not a lot of significant movement from the Germans here.
Well, you all the silly nonsense I can muster.
I'm sure you could muster a bit more if you really put your mind to it.
If I really went for it, yeah.
There's a huge vehicle park behind that hill now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the mortars. I mean,
Send them to the ring.
Well, they've done the smoke bombardment.
yeah. Like, I really don't know what they can do now.
I wouldn't worry about them.
I mean,
Just stay on the ground.
move there. Just get out.
Well, they're going to move back to where they were. That ticks the silly
Yes.
move this
Surely
turn.
boxes. Right. So the key bit I'm doing here. So he's within 16 of the HQ, so he's going to shoot him. He's in 16 of this guy, so he's going to shoot him. I'm going to make him join the platoon. So it's just 4 shots against 3 tanks.
All the short range. 2 hits. The question is, though,
I'll prefer to put 1 here and 1 there.
it would have been better to roll them separately because you might have missed him completely. But he's going to get a mistaken target anyway.
Yes,
So
Yeah, so
try.
I'm going to mistaken target.
Yep.
So you want on this one?
So short range,
Yeah.
no
Tank
save,
17, 10, go for it.
Oh,
Brown bread.
2 dead. So the
That's the platoon gone.
HQ's out there by himself now. But he's got some friends coming up to help.
Okay, well,
Right.
I've lost more than I thought I would.
I've got a Panzerfaust.
Go for it.
Come on, lad. 3s, 4s, 5s. No. Right.
The exciting,
He's out range.
the exciting stuff never works. Any other shooting?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Right, so. How many shots does he get?
4 on the standstill. 50 is 3 rate fire, 3 on the 50 cal, and 1 shot with the MG.
There's only one.
It's a good chance
Only one with the
to.
MG.
Yeah, it's mainly 50 cal.
Rubbish. But against this, it doesn't matter.
You solid? Go on, do it.
I think I have to. I need to get rid of him.
Right. So that guy's going to run up.
I'm just going to roll them up because there's no bulletproof cover. 4 threes. 2, 1 on each.
1 dies. Do I hit you?
Tank 12.
Yeah.
12 against 8.
Failed.
So
Firepower.
He'll get you anyway.
The bails. I can't do it, so he dies.
and I'll just hide myself.
So that is the formation now down to these tanks. And these tanks.
Scoot and shoot these. Yep.
And King Tigers are going to reposition.
Come around. Bail back in. 4 up. Yay, he's back in.
So he's remounted. And that's it for motivations. So let's see what the Soviets can do. Those King Tigers are still dominating from that hill.
He's within 4 now.
Yep.
Once they put one moved over, one's moved up to here. It's a target-rich environment, but they can't hurt what they really need to hurt, which is them. And then here they're going to move up looking for assaulting opportunities. The infantry are spread out from here, but also in the church. King Tigers
I'm going to risk a follow me.
within
So
defensive fire of that team.
he automatically goes forward.
And follow me, see if you can get more tanks in assaulty range.
No, because it counts as bullet cover for your stuff.
Yeah, but you put them back on.
Right, so
Forward goes to them.
they're doing follow me's now to maximise the assault, but it could get really nasty with that King Tiger in defensive fire.
Is there? So I'll do the 3 MGs first.
So I think it's turn 5 shit.
Do you want to do these separately?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've now got an idea.
And front number 2, the front number 1 still.
One.
Yeah. Missed with the MGs.
One MG hit so far from the IS2.
From the front, 1 stood still, so we get 3 50 cals. Yep. 2 50 cals, and then 2 50 cals.
Yep. Is the side the same as the front?
Yeah.
4 for hitting.
Yeah.
So that's another 4.
Yep.
So 2 again?
Yeah.
Unless you want it any different?
No. Do fine.
2 50s, 1 fail, 2 50s, machine gun. So,
Destroyed. So the one next to the building, wasn't it?
yeah.
I say we talk first.
Alright.
And you need to tell him.
Found it.
No, I say she can. She has.
Assault. He is going to stay put deliberately. So I don't have to do cross checks with basically. Shuffled. He goes in. He goes in, and these two need to make cross checks. 1 failed.
Are they not across 2?
No, 3. Yeah. You've got fire up 3 up, he's got cross 3 up. Right, you get your pot shots and your Faust.
Right, King Tiger. Well, that stops it.
Yeah.
But you can only...
You can only hit the guy that's made contact.
Yeah. Oh yes, because he's not part of the assault.
See, so far you've only killed 1 tank. Oh no, because you can get one. No, you can only.
He hits once.
Yes.
It goes into side armor.
Yeah, destroyed.
So that kills him.
And you can't reach them, so it can't be part of the part.
No.
So it's only 1 in the.
I get
in the
1
lot.
Faust there.
Yep.
Yeah, and he can join in. Hits. You can stop it.
It's because I'll be bailed out no matter what. If I fail this. Equal. So it's only 5 power to bail.
No.
So I actually still get him.
No, that pushes. Oh yeah, because he's not a part of it. Is he?
Yeah. So you get straight. And then 3 up assaults for this guy.
Yep.
Death. Run away.
Might as well. So they're not assaulting teams, so it's just
He's
him.
nothing. Yeah. And he's dead.
So folks, 1 dead infantry team, the other ones had to break off because there was no assaulting teams within counter-attack range, so just punched back a little
I
bit.
wanted you to pass that cross check, because then that would have stopped it.
Yeah.
But they are kind of now sitting, staring at 2 King Tigers. And then him as well, if he can make a move. So they're going back over the hedge. And that'll be it then, folks, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. You got time 5.
German turn 5 movement. The half-tracks are heading off towards the vacant objective. The Stoogs are looking for flank shots on the IS2s, and the huge vehicle park is now moving from behind the hill to place itself next to those IS2s, potentially being able to push on past them to be a nuisance, really, because they can't hurt them, but they can be a nuisance to get the objectives at the back of the Soviet table half under pressure. And the company HQ are getting out of the foxholes, moving forward to put a little bit more protection on the flank of those King Tigers in case the IS-1s are tempted to flank them by going through the minefields.
But yeah, right, so we'll start here.
Yeah, there's only one that's 50-50, the rest are in units.
I guess the only thing I need to do is make sure it's... So I'll just do these two shoes that play.
Right.
One,
It's going to be
yes.
too close. It's too close, I think.
Right, no, you can't. You can't tell me. You can't,
Palmed it off to him, so it's 50-50, 1, 2, 3 hits the hole, 4, 5, 6 hits the turret.
Oh yes, the turret. Yeah. So 4 plus hits the turret.
Yeah.
No.
Hits the hole, so bang.
So the anti-tank 10 just hit the anti-tank. Front armour 10, what is it?
So the one at 50-50, the one in front there.
That's not 50-50.
No.
No, because I'm behind the front. Oh, fair enough. Okay, that one is then. These ones aren't. Though.
If you aim at him, he's not, but I can obviously palm it off. So that's what I'm saying. Do his.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, so I'll do his one shot.
Let's stick it in the flank.
In the open.
Yeah, because you're not firing through the ceiling terrain.
So a 3. No.
The man. And then the rest of them are in the ass.
These 2.
Oh, it's in the open.
That's in the open. That's definitely concealed. So concealed.
Yep.
Yep.
And 2 3s.
So this is 11 against 8.
That's the line. 1 equals, 1 bounce.
He's fine.
No, it's not like the King Tigers are saying, I never send a Stug to do a King Tiger's job.
So where's the King Tigers going now?
He within 6.
They're chipping.
Oh right, okay. So that's good. That means I can shoot him.
Oh yeah.
This is where I wish I didn't use my lucky cat. Although if I kill one IS2 through lucky, then I'll be better off anyway. Yeah, let's go up there because if
Aiming at him?
King Tigers.
Pretty please.
yeah.
What's that next year? You can use a reaction.
Freeze. Short range because of the lead tank.
If he gets you, you can't do it again. Or you use your reaction.
One hit. So it's got to go, and that's the guy you aimed.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
do you want to try mistaking target to put it back so you've got potential save? Or are you saying, tough luck, you drove up there, pal, you're getting it?
Nah, he's taking it.
Right, it's the same reason, because that's it, and it goes round the world.
He's dead.
I do this. I'm coming with
So they actually survived a lot better than I was expecting.
Yes.
So I thought that too.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Right, Stormtrooper.
I'll let you move from that swing.
So the King Tigers have passed their shooting scoot so that they can look to protect their flank because they're now getting a little bit of a pincer attack. Sort of.
Well, you're not going to outflank.
All of them failed.
That's just failed cross check. Oh well. I'll leave these two here. Who are now coming back. They've no choice. They've got to shoot up those half tracks, otherwise they're just going to take this objective.
It's like, oh, hey.
4 or 5 times. Most of
Pretty
them.
average. They've been pretty average.
Right, so them and sets. I'll do the MGs.
Yep.
Yeah.
2
hit and the 50 counts.
2. So you want
One of each.
150, 1
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so 50s. One's failed, and then machine guns. Okay, so the machine gun on the bailed one is fine. So a bailed.
No, so one of them failed. Right, I did try moving, so I kept moving.
Yeah.
I'm going to blast them because that's all I can do.
Yeah.
Well, his HQ's in the open as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can palm that off into the
Yeah,
two, which I will do. You want to do 50s and MGs separately because some things are dug in. Okay,
IS
Oh, they don't have 50s.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's just 3 shots each.
How many is that? 4s you're looking for?
About 5. 5.
So I'll spread that off. So I'll go.
But what happens? You? No,
Oh,
no,
you pick the
HQ.
guy.
no.
Yeah.
You choose to attach on for the purposes of mistaken target. That's what it's all about. So those hits will get spread across the platoon.
Yes.
There'll be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah. But if you go for that guy, then I can't actually palm it off to any more than that. But now with this one, he's in bulletproof, so you want to put that on there, and then this is where I want to.
No, because they're part of the unit. Oh no.
No, because if you target him, it has to
You're going to put 2 on the guy who's not in bulletproof cover.
Yeah, these 3 aren't. So.
Aye, he's going to choose to put it on the HQ.
That's my priority. That's when
Okay,
you get
so,
the palm it off.
right.
And then you can try mistaken
I will
target.
try palm it off onto him,
Cool.
which I don't.
So 2 saves on him. He's good.
2 IC. Oh, we don't know. He's alright. This guy in the open, he's alright, and then.
Fine.
They've all saved.
Not even pinned.
Yes, everyone is pinned.
No,
Yeah,
How
but we
would-
hit 5 times.
Yeah, they've joined.
They've joined.
There's a risk attached to that.
Yeah.
It's not written down anywhere in the rules, but I would say that it makes sense.
it makes sense to do
Yeah.
so, but I always thought because it was 2 separate
I
units.
mean, they were pinned anyway.
Oh, right.
These become pinned.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, so that's my turn.
Right.
Yes,
Back in. I think it's a 5. It might be a 4. It's definitely not that. So last stand.
Blocked.
Oh, well, that's right. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
So this half track's trying to wait. The Clauswitz guys have a 5. They're like reluctant across the board. They have a 5 up last stand. So
All right. Well, in that case,
Stews have
then,
got shots. It's
2
just
shots there.
problem is getting the Stoogs getting shots and them blocking off the Stews.
Yeah. Well, they can't see it. What?
So the Mortar half tracks determined to get involved are bombing it up aside here. Stoogs determined not to get involved are pulling back behind the wood.
Follow me. Yeah.
So armoured cars are going to shoot out too. I suppose it's keeping those guys busy because they have to look after these objectives. And there's 2 objectives and potentially 1, 2 units of
Stay still.
weak stuff moving up.
Right. Rally the.
Can't challenge both of them?
Yes.
Yeah, for SS, yeah.
Yeah. Dig them in. Nope. The infantry. Yes. Dig that one bloke in. Yeah.
So the HQ and infantry have rallied, but the HQ is not dug in.
Definitely not moving. They're quite happy there. Oh, I guess he's driven off. But I'll drive him back on Okie dokie. 2 stug shots.
Right. Jimmy shooting 2 Stoogs.
1 hit. This has got heat, so I ignore the long range. But it's
Anything but.
He's okay. That'd be 11 against an attack 10.
right. This guy, short range in the open. This guy, you've got concealment from.
Who's he shooting at in the open?
He's elevated.
He's on hillside. Yeah. Sorry,
So freeze. Here, reroll that one. And then 4s.
Well, 3 hits. So
1, 2, 3.
3 firepower. Short range.
Yeah. That's a lie.
Yep.
So
Bailed,
dead,
bailed.
That's right. Pants.
Can I have some more plumage?
So
2 bailed, 1 active in that
it's
platoon.
only a bit braver. I could have scooped them in the salt, but I wasn't. So,
Is that it?
how mad are you? No, you have to go. You have to go that way. Which means you have to go 10. You'd need a blitz. I will do a scoop and shoot then. Yep. Let's just make that really impossible.
So the Tigers are protecting continue to protect their flank.
My turn 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my tape measure.
Remounts.
Oh. Remounts, so 2 here.
Nothing over there. The 2 here as they like. 1 does. No, it doesn't actually. It's trained.
They're not. They're not.
Oh, they're not fearless.
They're trained. 3.
No, they've got a 3+ counter attack. But that's it. Otherwise, they're confident.
Yep. Yep. Fine.
Right, yeah.
So there's only one active
So,
tank there.
1
Yeah.
active club.
So you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Movement. See if he moves.
Cross check.
See off 1 second. Oh, there got the council.
And then these two.
IS2 versus Scout Troop.
Can't do much. I think it's the plan. I need to do something. It's
Yeah.
a case of I can't do
You can't.
what I want because
Yeah.
they're being too good at the minute.
Yeah.
So, shooting phase.
Wait.
4 shots of 50 cals,
Alright.
2 machine guns into you.
Yeah.
50 cals, MGs, 1. So 1 on each.
Where do you want the 50 cal? Do you want it?
The 50 cals on 20 mils because why not?
Okay. 50s, bales, MG.
No bales.
One bailed out. Half track.
Right. 1 shot into the stomach.
I'm going to ground. That will.
Your
still
3
hit
scores,
him.
right?
5 short range.
Yeah, should be.
I feel aggressive, yeah.
Yeah.
Firepower.
Death.
Hey.
Stop killing us.
I'll try and shift it to him though. Okay.
No.
Maybe not.
Just no.
Maybe we'll. Or maybe we'll. I go.
Yeah, your turn 7.
Right. Tactical with a follow me. No. So the leader is still getting really giddy. He's going, hey, come on lads, and he's like, boss, where are you going? Get back in. I think it's, well, that's definitely it. Follow me. Yay. Alright,
Did he get back in? Did he?
yeah, I rolled a, that was his. Did you bail out anything else? No, I don't think so.
I've only had 3 tanks.
Come back out to play.
6 inches into the...
If I'm on the edge.
Oh look, some bailed out tanks. Let's politely ask them to go away and do something else.
It was an afternoon.
Yeah.
And if you have to say where it's 2 inches.
No, it's not. You can see 6 inches.
Can't go with it.
You can see 6 inches.
A belated wound for the assault.
Yeah. You'll move out. The only thing I need to be careful of though is I need to make sure I'm not blocking the line of sight for there. So you'll run there.
4 plus 5.
You'll run into here.
So that's 9. So you know what?
Go into away that way. And then
Sort of like you.
Moving.
yeah, if I can get a bailed shot, I'll win the game. So it's just a matter of do I move them before. I'm not going to risk it. I just need to get a hit. So I'm going to try a cross check for this guy.
Alright, so do you do a gesture, or do you just like flip your head, or what do you do?
So he's going to have to try.
He's going to try and
If you just naturally move, if you just go, because this kind of spiral
coming up.
behind you.
It's basket, sun always shines in basket.
Right, he's gonna cross here. I mean, not the.
It's a 3 cross for him, isn't it?
Crossing there.
So basically you've got this
Like that.
that stops.
right.
You can see this thing here is swirling there.
Yeah, just go up to the.
Straightens up, and he just immediately goes to this wolf and just goes.
Go for it.
Yeah, I might as well cross check to get him as well.
I'm not entirely sure. It's either, I'm pretty sure they've got white tracks.
Yeah, but they're not like just so massive.
So the wolf's just in.
Remember.
It's really high.
No.
It slices up
Same as me
and
then.
over. So that wolf's really hard. What's the line?
And then, yeah, so all I need to do is get that panda found from the side, potentially. One will have to go at the front, which will work for me. Okay, well, if these hit, it's game over. So, needing a 4.
Yeah.
That's if he wants to shoot.
That's it.
Yeah, fair point.
Because I just scoop up the salt and that breaks it.
No problem, well done, mate.
So there you go, folks. Quite a comfortable win for the Germans in the end. When we were talking about the game afterwards, Gareth came to the conclusion that he chose to attack from the wrong end. He rolled off to be the attacker in that mission, and he chose the end to attack from it had most of the houses to deny them to the German infantry because he wanted to assault them. However, it meant he was driving into what was effectively, with just a small blind spot behind the church, it was effectively a killing ground for the King Tigers. And it wouldn't have mattered what else he was able to do to blow up half-tracks, Dukes, whatever, or so on. The King Tigers were always going to be clobbering and killing those aggressive IS2s. Another option, remember, is Gareth played that extremely aggressively. He could have said, well, you know, Tom, you've got to win this game too, so why don't you come at me? You know, hang back, try to manoeuvre, use the terrain that he did have to draw the King Tigers out, perhaps. And also, worth pointing out that he didn't really, he struggled to concentrate his tanks because he went forward. And he wanted to bring his infantry forward because of the smoke bombardment that he could use. And it was all about getting those assaults in, try and win the game early. But if he'd have left the infantry at the back, then he could have moved all these tanks forward in a mass. And that might have done something, might not. But there you go, folks, some Soviet IS2 action, something you don't see very often on the channel or perhaps even on the tabletop near you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, and you've not done so already, maybe hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button, because that means we'll definitely see you all on the next one.